What's up guys? We got a great video in store for you guys today. We're gonna talk about slow pitch rods. We're gonna talk about the right rod for the right conditions and the jig weight for the right rod.
As you can see behind me, we got a nice 10-knot breeze coming from the east, and that's just like natural air conditioning. Bite seems to turn on around 6 o'clock. So we get ourselves in position and we read the drift, and we have a great hour and a half to 2 hours of fishing out here in the evening during these summer months. And we have a special guest with us, longtime special guest, Chris Kuroda, boat named Light Show.
Boat named Light Show, but not special guest, full-time member, VIP membership, here all the time. We've already got like 4 or 5 fish in the boat. Like they said, we got out here at 5 o'clock, right conditions, right weight of jigs. Follow the current, cast in the right direction, and next thing you know, we're all hooking up. All at the same time, triple hookups. It's a beautiful thing.
We're just a few guys that decided to pursue our passion. As we hit destination fishing spots in our local waters out of Pompano Beach, Florida, we want to fill you in on what we have learned along the way.
They dropped on me a dancing jig.
This is a pretty significant day for us fishing, going out there with Chris Kuroda, because he's part of the band Phish with a PH, and Chris Doyle is a huge fan of the band Phish. I'm a fan as well, but not like him. Our first drop, it was like boom, boom, boom. All 3 of us hooked up. You can see the hookup shot. I hooked up, had a nice set, and then just off of the camera on the stern of the boat, Chris Kuroda hooks up, and then Chris hooks up, and it's just mayhem on the boat. If you like our videos, go down into the comment section below and give us a little jig on or hit the thumbs up button for me. Don't forget to go to Instagram to stay up to date on the latest tackle and gear that we're digging into. We love sharing our information, and we're gonna give it to you as it comes to us. For you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the Chris Kuroda Fishing Channel.
So, I'm on. I don't know what it is, but I got cut off earlier, and thankfully Christopher Doyle retied my entire setup for me because I'm such a wimp and I needed him to do it. And now here we are with a fish on.
is that not holding?
The knot's holding.
The knot's holding. We got a fish on the deck.
Got a nice tuna on the deck.
Tuna on the deck.
This fish started out feeling pretty light, but he's like getting heavier as we go.
There we go.
Now Chris is on.
Boom. Boom.
5 minutes ago, Johnny said it's looking pretty fishy out here. 5 minutes ago. Called it, looking at the water. He knew exactly what to look for. Here we are.
Yeah, deep color. Fish number 1.
Probably gonna need help getting them in.
I got you. Oh, this looks like a decent tuna, Chris. Okay, step back that way a little bit, and then whenever you get them over to me, I'm gonna hand line them. Yep. Yep. That's a fighting tuna. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Tuna on deck.
Woo! 3 on deck.
Think we hit a school?
That was awesome. We definitely hit a school, man. We definitely hit a school. That was awesome. So we got the cotton candy.
Mr. Colorful, aka Mr. Colorful.
Yeah. You know which jig, whose jig that is. 5-pack gold. And then boom, the 250 out of Chris's box that's been in there for 20 years.
Since Chris Doyle knows what I do for a living, he saw that jig and he went, "This jig's all you, bro."
That's awesome, man.
Now for today's quick tip.
All right, guys, welcome to today's quick tip. Let's dive in. We're gonna talk to you about slow pitch rods and the differences between the levels of rods and all the confusing gram weights and everything like that, just a little bit. So you'll notice that the rods have a rating, 1, 2, or 3. Some of them go higher, but we'll stick to 1, 2, 3 for now. What that means is the number 1 is gonna be for the lighter gram jigs. If you're using like a 120 gram jig, you're gonna wanna use a level 1 because that's gonna give you the proper unload for that gram size. And as you get heavier, I like to use my 2 when it goes over 200 grams up to about 300, and then anything past 300, I like to use a number 3, because what you're looking for is a nice even unload, and you want to make sure that the rod unloads properly based on the current as well as the gram size. So as you have higher current, you're going to move into a heavier jig, that way you stay vertical from your rod tip. And then you want to bump up the number from 1 to 2 or even 3, depending on what weight jig you're using.
There is a big difference between the value and the dollar amount you're going to spend on some of the high-end rods versus the low-end rods. The big difference is the quality of the blank. We love carrying entry-level rods, Tsunami Trophy Series and Maxell Platinum. A lot of people are getting into slow pitch jigging right now. They don't want to break the bank on an $800 to $1,000 setup, and either the Trophy Series by Tsunami or the Platinum Series by Maxell can deliver you an economical rod designed to slow pitch a jig. We carry those both here, and what we have actually found is that we like to carry the heavy models of the rod, and the heavy models are really only rated for up to 150 grams. Do you guys and do we use them on 200 gram jigs? Absolutely. The heavier rod seems to impart the right action on jigs 120 to 200 grams. Medium heavy and medium don't seem to do as effective of a job as the heavy action rods, which is why we almost exclusively carry those in the Maxell and the Tsunamis.
Let's have a quick talk with our friend who has bought the less expensive rods and has experienced some of the more expensive ones as well.
Yeah, so I bought a cheap slow pitch setup, alright? I just wanted to get out there and start slow pitching. And it was great. It was working great. We were in, not deep water, shallow water, and the thing was working perfect. I was hooking up left and right. And then my buddies were like, hey, let's go deep. And I'm like, heck yeah, let's do it, let's go. And we went out deep, and everybody was hooking up but me. I wasn't getting any recoil on my rod. And I was getting pissed off, and I just wanted to bow jacks and break that thing right across my knee. It hurts, man. It hurts.
So what I think our friend is trying to say is that with the more economical rods, you're not gonna get the recoil that you want in order to impart the action on the jig that you need as you get into deeper waters. And as you progress in slow pitch jigging, you're gonna want it to be right, and you're gonna wanna go deep, and you're eventually gonna find out that the less expensive rods are not gonna work for you.
Yeah, what he said.
We got a top pretty elevated because of the wind. I got my wind thing on. Yeah, we'll bump back up. Oh, bump back. Oh, hookup shot on camera. You want to bump back out? Chris wants to bump back out. Right now?
Okay, Chris, sure.
All right, hold the sea anchor in. Oh, yeah, dinner reservation. 330, 325.
You got the bottom?
I was still dropping down. That curve.
Come on.
There it is, baby.
Whoa. Whoa. Check it out, guys. An upside down tuna.
Here we go.
Lots of action, guys. Lots of action. I just boated a fish. We got Chris hooked up, and we got Chris hooked up.
Right rods for the right current with the right jigs. This is what happens. Johnny, I'm gonna need a hand.
Yeah, I got you.
Another little tuna. Decent size.
Yep.
Not bad at all.
Going.
You're a big black fin creature from the ocean. Why do I try to jig you?
All right.
All right.
We got a 15-pounder. We got one wobbling in there. We got Chris one right between his legs. We hit the dock, and you know, Chris cuts fish. I'm cleaning the boat, and then I get up there and I'm cutting fish with Chris. And by that time it's dark, and I realized that we have Chris Kuroda, the lighting guy, you know, for the band Phish, Justin Bieber, NBA basketball games. I'm talking about the lighting guy is holding his cell phone light for JohnnyJigs to cut fish. And when I said that, I thought Chris was gonna fall out of his chair laughing. But that was something just super cool for us.
COVID bump.
COVID bump. COVID bump.
All right, that'll rock. That'll work.
All right.
That'll work.